Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Thanksgiving. You are tuned into Hopkinton Hillers varsity football on HCAM. And this morning it is the 100th Thanksgiving Classic between the Ashland Clockers and the Hopkinton Hillers. Ashland is 5-5 on the season. The Hillers are 2-8, but none of that matters now, as both of these teams are looking to take home the Thanksgiving Classic trophy as we welcome you into the broadcast booth. Tom Nappy alongside Wally Henneberry. And Wally, always a great tradition. High school football, big rivalry on Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, this is great. It's kind of those bad weather kind of game. It's not really raining too much yet, but it's pretty cold out there, 38 degrees, wet. Just the kind of weather these guys want to get dirty in, right?
Absolutely, and you can see the team starting to come out, and we are just about ready to get this game going. And, Wally, this is a game that it'll mark the end of the season, the last game these seniors will get to play. You got to leave it all on the field here today.
That's right. It's kind of a bittersweet day for for the whole team, but especially the seniors. The season's over. The seniors probably could never play football again, unfortunately for them. So they really want to leave it all out there, and especially for this Hillers team where they lost so badly last year. I think they really want to go out of their careers on a high note.
And you see Jacob Deslitz leading the Hillers through that banner. And they are pumped up and ready to go. And I think this is a game where obviously it's a little rainy, so perhaps you'll have more of the running game, and you're going to open up the bag of tricks today, and you're going to pull everything you can out of the playbook.
Oh, every play they've practiced all year, they're going to have ready. It's like ready to go for today.
Absolutely. And we saw them do a little bit of that against Oliver Ames, and it paid off in some cases.
That's right, it did, yeah.
Yeah, they switched things up a little more, had a good mix of pass and run, especially towards the end in that second half. They started getting some drives going, but a couple of them ended tragically. There was an interception in the end zone at one point, and you had a fumble that was recovered by Oliver Ames. But that game could have been a close one if they didn't make so many mistakes.
Right, they did have some penalties that hurt them, but they did have some really successful big plays toward the end, which we really enjoyed.
Absolutely. As you see the captains meeting at the center of the field, I think, Ashland, they got all the seniors going out there for the coin flip. And it looks like inactive for Ashland is number 12. They actually have two number 12s on the roster. I believe that is the junior Ali LaRue. And perhaps there are two number 12s on the team as well. Obviously, a lot of teams, they bring up a good amount of the JV team for this game and try to get them some experience out there.
Right, Ashland, it is the roster that we have printed out for us today is chock full of names. It's a long roster, so they probably did list every player on their teams. I do see a lot of freshmen names and sophomores in the roster, so yeah, they've probably emptied the roster out for the field today.
Out there for the Hillers, you got Sean Baker, number 57, Danny Boulos, number 21, Jillian Rivard, number 7, and, of course, Jacob Deslitz, number 74. And, Wally, I'll tell you, Jacob Deslitz, he's been a fun player to watch. He has really been the key piece to this Hiller defense, and when you need a big play, that's the guy you go to.
Right, yeah, every time they've had a big play on defense, it has been Deslitz. And also on offense, I think the offense kind of runs through Julian Rivard. Obviously, he's the quarterback, but I think he's a pretty talented quarterback. And if given the time, I think he really does things very well out there. He throws very well, and he handles the ball and runs the offense very well. When he's given the time.
Absolutely. So the Clockers have deferred. The Hillers will receive, and we will get to see the Hopkinton offense right at the start of this game, and I think it's certainly important they get things going quick. And right now we'll send it to the PA announcer.
Thanksgiving and welcome to David Hughes Stadium for the 100th playing of the Thanksgiving game between the visiting Ashland Clockers and your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Ashland is led by Coach Andrew McKay, captains Luke O'Brien, Kawana Morrow, Devin O'Brien, and Kevin Ozalumba. The Hillers are led by Coach Mark Sanborn, captains Jacob Desolitz, Sean Baker, Danny Boulos, and Julian Rivard. As always, the Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash talking, and berating of players, coaches, and officials. The Tri-Valley League has adopted a zero-tolerance policy. Warnings will not be issued. Offenders will be ejected. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. All right, now please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Ashland won the toss. They have elected to defer. We will be sharing with you throughout the morning memories of the last 100 years Thanksgiving games between Ashland and Hopkinton. A special thank you goes out to Aubrey Doyle and Jimmy Norton for compiling a great list for us.
All right, we are just about ready for the kickoff. The Hillers lead this Thanksgiving Classic Series 54-40-5. And they are looking for number 55 here today. But, of course, the Ashland Clockers, they're going to have something to say about that. The Clockers have won 2 of the last 3 Thanksgiving meetings. They took the win last year in Ashland 35-0. In 2022, it was the Hillers getting the 32-14 win, and the Clockers took 2021 at 43-0. We shall see what will happen here today. Set to kick it away. That is Nolan Soderberg, or that's number 12 rather. Ali LaRue, I think, for the Clockers.
Yeah, short squib kind of kick. Picked up by an up man and brought it up to about the 47 or 48 yard line of the Hillers. So they're going to start in really good field position, which I think is really important. The Hillers really haven't had the opportunities to get off to good starts this year. So this is something that they usually are playing from behind right from the beginning. So it'll be nice to see them move the ball and hopefully get a score to, and have a lead to start the game. So he was knocked out of bounds at about the 44 yard line, back further than I expected there.
All right, well, still a good starting position either way for the Hillers, and they are set to go.
Split out wide to the right, Rivard. I think it must be Buentello.
Yeah, they got Buentello out there with the back to his left. Play action. He's going to take it up the middle, fighting his way across midfield over to the Ashland 47, and a nice run to start for the Hopkinton Hillers.
He's going to be close to a first down there. It's going to depend on the spot.
He picked up 9 yards there. I think he's going to be maybe a tad short, but
right. It's going to be 2nd and 1. That was a great run right up the middle. One of the better runs we've seen up the middle so far for the Hillers this year.
It certainly was, and it looks like they need less than a yard for the first down, and that's the way you want to start off if you're the Hillers. It looks like they're going to work quickly here. Right back to the line they go. Buentello with a back to either side. 2 receivers to the near side, and he's going to take this himself once again, cutting towards the near side. He has the first down plus sub as he's brought down right around the 41.
It looks like about a 6-yard gain there. They moved the chains, and they've kind of got a little something going here, which is nice right off the bat.
Well, Wally, one thing we saw again in that game against Oliver Ames, the offense wasn't doing much, but then they bring in Buentello, and they sent Rivard out there as a receiver at times, and it really kind of picked up the offense, and they got some drives going.
Yeah, it did work because now you're adding two good athletes on as skill guys out there with Rivard as like a receiver and Buentello as the quarterback, who's a real running threat too.
And it's going to be Buentello again. Right up the middle he goes, cutting to the near side. Across the 30, brought out of bounds at around the 29. A nice pickup there for the junior Josh Buentello.
Yeah, he ran right through a big hole right between the center and the right guard, and was able to blast through, get into the secondary, cuts to his right, and he gets tackled near the sideline. That's another great run. So we've seen 3 positive runs, 2 of them with good chunks there. A 9-yard run, and then that looked like about an 11-yard run.
That was an 11-yard run. And so far, 26 yards rushing already for Buentello on 3 plays. Temperature out there is 41 degrees, and it is a little bit rainy, so that surface going to be a little bit slippery. He's going to hand it off this time. Here goes Pedroli cutting up the far side, and Pedroli finding a little room.
Yeah, now from this angle, it's hard to tell, but it looks like at least like 7 or 8 yards on that.
Brought down right around the 21 is where they'll mark him.
Yeah, and that's a nice run right around the left end. They've had some success right at the middle, and this time they try to go around the end, and they're finding success over there.
So about an 8-yard pickup there on the end around. And right back up to the line they go. Working quickly is this Hiller offense. Movement motion from left to right. Buentello takes a snap, play action. Going to take it up the middle. Finds some room as he cuts forward to about the 15.
And another first down. So they're really working here very, very well. They're keeping the ball on the ground. They haven't had to throw it yet, which is nice because they're really getting some big chunk plays just on the ground.
Hey, Wally, I can't remember seeing this quick-paced offense too often, and perhaps that'll be a big difference maker if the Hillers could work quickly. And we saw in the past that sometimes when they get at this pace, they'll jump before the snap and have someone illegal motion,
right.
But as long as they can keep it going, I think that's going to be key in this game.
No, I agree. I think working quickly will help them. And here he goes again, right up the middle.
Buentello fighting his way forward and brought down after a pickup of a couple by Devin O'Brien.
Yeah, and they kind of like the, the fake handoff and then quarterback keeper. Kind of, it's working well for them so far. Buentello's been running very well so far, just as the quarterback.
3-yard pickup there will make it 2nd and 7. And right back up to the line they go. Buentello going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left. The back is Aaron Butkus. And he's going to take the snap, hands it off to Nick Pedroli, and Pedroli fighting his way up the far side.
Yeah, he's inside the 5. He's close to the goal line there.
Let's see where they mark him. It looks like they're going to put him at the 3.
That's great. Boy, a 1st and goal from the 3. So we've got a nice 3 cracks at it right here, and 4 if they really want to go for it.
A pickup of about 9 yards there, and the Hillers in business, 1st and goal.
And they've had a lot of success running, so hopefully nothing slows down here.
Buentello going to line it up out of the gun once again. Back to his right. Pedroli in the right side slot. Now in motion will move over to the left side.
Ooh,
and he's going to take the snap. High snap. Pulls it down. Up the middle. And did he get in?
Yes, touchdown.
It looks like he did. Touchdown. Hillers.
Yeah, that was a tricky snap. High over his head. He caught it with one hand. He was able to corral it, bring it down, and then find his way into the end zone. So that's a great drive for the Hillers. They started with a short field, and they had no negative plays on that drive. Everything on the ground, one after another, right in for the touchdown. So the Hillers lead 6-0 after their first drive so far, pending the extra point for one more.
Well, how about that? Josh Buentello,
bad snap.
3-yard touchdown. Bad snap.
Buentello's
He's going to take
around
it. Rolls to his right, throws upfield, incomplete. So it'll stay 6-0. But Wally, that is exactly the way you want to start things off. If you're the Hillers, a nice drive right up the field. That drive lasted about 4.5 minutes. They take it 55 yards in total, and the result, a Josh Buentello 3-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that's a great drive. Like I said, no negative plays. everything working on the ground. So they, the line is doing their job. They're blocking well. They're not letting the guys letting the tacklers get in there, and everything worked, perfectly on that drive. So that's a great start for the Hillers. The only thing that didn't work perfectly was the extra point, unfortunately.
Well, we'll see if the Hillers defense can help get this offense back on the field quickly, as they certainly have some good momentum going.
Yeah, the Hillers used a little variety on that drive, even though it was all on the ground. They did go up the middle. They used some motion in the backfield, some fake handoffs going left and right, and then going right up the middle. And they also were able to go around the end a few times for some positive plays. So everything kind of worked there, and that's a great sign for the Hillers today.
John Winslow going to tee it up, and we are set for the kickoff. And he's going to send this one on the ground. It takes a nice roll up the middle, retrieved at about the 22. Here comes the return, and it looks like the returner, Lucas Mafra, or actually that was Robbie Rudisil. Again, there's a couple 22s on the roster.
Out there.
It looks like he got tripped up a little bit, but he gets to the 38, so the Clocker's going to start with some decent field position. They'll start this drive with 7 minutes, 24 seconds left to go in the first quarter. A successful drive to start the game for the Hillers. They get the touchdown, a nice drive that lasted 4 minutes, 26 seconds, a lot of big runs, a combination of Buentello and Pedroli. Let's see what the defense can do. Quarterback under center, and it is going to be a run up the middle, and they come out of what Holliston would call the war package and what some would call the flex bone, and that's Kevin Ozalumba, the junior, on the carry.
Yeah, it's that real tight formation. No one split out wide, and everyone's kind of lined up real tight, and they kind of run as a whole.
So it looks like they got several yards there, so a nice run to start things off for Ashland. Flex bone formation once again. Devin O'Brien under center. It's going to be another run up the middle. This time the Hiller defense ready for it. And it looks like with forward progress, maybe the 45-46.
Yeah, he got right back to the line of scrimmage. There was no gain on that one. Hillers were ready for it. Were able to penetrate through the protection and get the ball handler right at the line of scrimmage.
So pickup of about a yard there. That brings up third down for the Clockers.
Yeah, this is a big one here. If the Hillers can get the Clockers off the field here, that would be huge for the Hillers.
O'Brien under center once again with the two slot backs. It's a run up the middle. That's very close to the first down. It looks to be a little bit short. We'll see where they mark them.
It looks short, but the linesman on this side is angling for a first down.
And that is indeed a first down. Kayun Amaral on the carry. Takes it up to the 48-yard line. 3-yard pickup there, and that's enough for the first down.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a measurement there.
O'Brien under center once again with a slot back to either side. This time it's the left slot back, Ozalumba, getting the call, and he's brought down close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're going to give him about half a yard. Yeah, so the Hillers have been defending this pretty well since the first play. First play, they got a good chunk out of it, and then other than that, the Hillers are kind of ready for it, which is nice to see. They kind of know what they're getting at. They've seen it before. The question is just can you break free and get the tackle that you need.
That brings up 2nd and 9. This time he goes to the right slot back, and he finds all kinds of room. And that was Kayun Amaral, brought down by a pair of Hillers, but he is going to be close to the first down. And it looks like he is indeed going to have enough. A pickup of 10 yards there for Amaral.
Yeah, the Clockers were able to open up a hole there for the runner on the left side of the offense. And he was able to pick up a good 9 yards for the first down.
Well, we're seeing two quick-moving offenses, but two very different approaches. You had the Hillers coming out of the gun, and you got Ashland with that close, tight flex bone formation. And flex bone they go once again. And it's going to be a keeper this time. Up the middle goes O'Brien, and he fights his way forward for 3 or 4 yards there.
So there is a little, even though it looks very simple, there is a little bit of ball deception that they're doing every time. So when quarterback takes the snap, he isn't just running. You'll see him make a little turn with his back to the line of scrimmage as if he's going to flip it to one of the two halfbacks cutting across him, and then he'll either turn back and keep it or flip it to one of the guys coming across, like you just saw there.
He pitches it to the right slot back, and he will fight his way to about the 33. That is Amaral once again, and a nice little pickup there as the clocker is keeping it moving. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. You can mark him for 4, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, a nice long one, which is good. Hopefully Hillers can kind of smother this before it gets started.
You have to imagine Clockers maybe in 4th down territory. Flexbone once again, the left slot back in motion. It looks like maybe a little confusion out there, or we're getting perhaps an audible from O'Brien. O'Brien lined up under center, and it looks like some more confusion, and we'll see if they call a timeout as he's looking towards the sideline.
They must be running out of
Yeah,
playtime
it's got to be close. And he does get the snap off. Here he goes up the middle, fighting his way forward. He should have enough. Gets to the 30-yard line, about a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, a lot of perhaps false drama on that snap. A little bit of hoping to get the Hillers to jump off sides there with his could be a little feigned confusion.
So the Clockers continuing to slowly but surely work their way upfield. Flexbone once again, and this time he's going to go to the left slot back, fighting his way forward. There is a flag on the play as he's brought down at around the 26.
Yeah, we've got a flag on the play there. Into the line, could be a holding, but it came from, especially where it came from the referee in the back. But we'll see what it's all about.
It was thrown out of the Clockers' backfield, and our
personal foul.
Booth official is saying horse collar, and he is right on the money.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Hillers.
So Zalumba picks up 4 yards, and you can add on 15 for the Clockers.
Well, they're actually going to go, because they're inside the 30, I guess they're going to go half the distance to the goal.
They're going to mark it at the 13-yard line. Under center is O'Brien. Flexbone once again. He'll pitch it to the up back, and fighting his way forward is the big man, Amaral, and he gets close to the 5.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put it right about on the 5. So we're looking at second and 4 from the 5.
Well, actually, it looks like they marked it at the 7, so you can mark them for 6 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Under center, once again, is O'Brien, and he will go to Ozalumba. Up the middle he goes, finds some room, and he is into the end zone for the Clockers' touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown run for Kevin Ozalumba, and the Clockers respond.
Yeah, they came right down, gave the Hillers a big spoonful of their own medicine, and marched it right down on the field, right into the end zone. The big horse collar tackle penalty hurt the Hillers quite a bit there with a 15-yard penalty.
And now for the extra point attempt, that's Aaron Wolf. The snap and the kick gets low and no good. So it will stay a 6-6 game. But a good response by the Clockers.
So both teams having trouble with the kicking game so far. Well, let's see if the Hillers can come right back and do their thing again and respond.
And that drive lasted 5 minutes and 36 seconds. The Clockers took it from the 38 for a 62-yard drive. The result, a Kevin Ozalumba 7-yard touchdown, and we are knotted up at 6 apiece.
So here come the Hillers going to line up to kick it. We'll see if it's another kind of a short squib kick to give us some good field position, or if they're going to try to kick it deep.
Well, you saw the Hillers, they're picking up big chunks out of the gun with the run game, and the Clockers, they approached it differently. They went with that Flexbone package, and nickeled and dimed their way up the field and ate up pretty much almost double the amount of clock the Hillers did. But both teams finding a way to get the job done and get into the end zone.
Yeah, right on the ground, both teams able to use the ground game to their advantage.
Return is from the 25, and he will get it up to about the 33-34. Pretty good return by Neil Rhodes, the junior. And here comes the Hiller offense with 1 minute and 44 seconds left to go in this action-packed first quarter.
Yeah, so this Hiller, they're going to put it right on the 35, so we've got 65 yards to go just to tie it up, or to take the lead again. Which I think Hillers would be, kind of obvious to say, but they're going to do well if they're playing from the lead today instead of from behind.
We'll see if their offensive success can continue. Quintillo out there lined up out of the gun with a back to his right, motion from left to right, and he will take the snap. He's going to take it himself towards the near side, cutting his way forward, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, but a good takedown there by a couple of clockers. Leading the way on the stop was Nick Boomer, the junior.
Yeah, that's going to be right back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, the clockers got a little bit of penetration there along the line, and Quintillo was never really able to turn it upfield.
Clock continues ticking down, and the Hillers huddling up this time, and back up to the line they go. The rain continuing to increase a little bit out there, Wally. Looks a little more consistent. Quintillo out of the gun with a back to his left. He's going to hand it off. Here goes Pedroli. Pedroli trying to find some room along the far side. He's going to be brought down for a loss.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go. He ran 30 yards down, east and west to get an opening and couldn't find a crease to cut through. And I think that's something that the Hillers haven't done well this year is when they go east and west, they typically don't find the room to turn upfield.
So a loss of a yard there. That brings up third and 11 to go. Cayune Amaral was in on the stop for the Clockers. A great crowd on hand here, and a lot of people making the long journey from Ashland to come check out this morning's game. Great crowd on hand on both sides.
Yeah, considering the weather, yes.
And, of course, we'd like to welcome all of those of you watching at home here on HCAM. Trips bunch to the right side, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout. All right, end of quarter.
End of quarter.
So the quarter will run out. What an action-packed quarter it was. After the first quarter of play, it is the Hillers 6, the Clockers 6. And Wally, some good action to start off this game here on this Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, a lot of positives there. Like I said, no negative plays for the Hillers so far, or except for that last play where he lost 1 yard. So they have had a lot of success running the ball. They're turning it upfield. They're getting through the line, which they have had trouble with doing this year. So it's nice to see they're getting a little bit of things done that they haven't been able to do this year.
Absolutely. And we want to wish everybody out there a very happy Thanksgiving. We hope everyone is having a lovely holiday so far, and will have a nice meal with their family and loved ones. Certainly glad to be with you on this rainy Thanksgiving morning. But a lot of action going on throughout the TVL this morning. All TVL teams are having their Thanksgiving games today. Some of the games in other leagues were moved, but TVL said, nah, we're going to play through the rain. Let's go. As we'll send it back down to the field now. We are just about ready for the second quarter. There's some fans bundled up and enjoying the game.
Yeah, so the rain is kind of falling heavier now. Then that's going to give the ball handling issues come into question here, where the ball is going to be slick. Players' hands are going to be slick. We're going to have to keep an eye on the possible fumbles here.
And we'll try to get you some TVL updates. There are a couple of big title games going on today to capture the TVL title. This is going to be a screen over to Pedroli. Up the far side he goes, and he gets some yardage there, brought out of bounds past the 40. It looks like they're going to mark him out right around the 43. He's going to be slightly short of the first down, about a yard short.
Yeah, they got a nice play there, nice chunk of yards on the screen pass. to Pedroli. So that's nice. They're starting to open it up a little bit. You know, they don't want to just get, you know, they don't want to be a one-dimensional team even on a day like this.
So they mark them at the 42. They need 3 yards for the first down. They're keeping the offense out there. An 8-yard pickup on that last screen play is the rain continuing to pound down, and they're going to punt it away. And it looks like we're going to get a false start. Oh, they're going to see his knee was down. Uh-oh.
Wow.
So the Clockers going to have really good field position here, and that is just very unfortunate there, Wally.
That's really unfortunate. The punter catches the ball with his knee down, so that kills the play right there. The player is dead. So the Clockers will take over from the spot where the punter caught the ball and had his knee down.
So they will start this drive at 11:50 left to go from the Hillers 30-yard line. And that is not what you want to do if you're the Hillers. Certainly can't have mistakes like that against this good Ashland team.
No, that's really going to hurt.
So the defense will really have to clamp up here as they come out of the flex bone once again. A run up the middle by Ozalumba.
6-yard pickup.
And it looks like they're going to mark him for about 6.
They're going to spot that right at the 25-yard line. Somewhere between the 24 and 25.
So they'll bring up second and about 4 to go for the Clockers. Back up to the line they go. Out of the flex bone once again, and he's going to pitch it to the right side, and he is trying to work his way through that defensive pile and able to find a little bit of space is Amaral.
Yeah,
maybe a couple there.
Yeah, not much there for Emerald. Hillers are right on him. He was able to get a yard maybe at most. And that's going to bring up third and 3, third and 4. Big stop here for the Hillers if they can get it.
Absolutely. This may be fourth down territory as well, considering how deep they are in Hiller territory. Up the middle, and it looks like they will certainly have enough here. A keeper by Devin O'Brien.
Yeah, that was like a straight quarterback sneak almost, like the tush push you see what the Philadelphia Eagles do.
And certainly a very successful one as they work their way up to about the 17, a 6-yard pickup it ends up being. And enough for the first down. Here they go again, trying to work the middle. And now taking it on the outside is O'Brien. He bounces off tackle, takes it outside and into the end zone for the Clockers touchdown. A 17-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that was another, looked like a quarterback sneak. The 2 lines crashed. Everybody's there. The running back is in behind everything and just pops out and runs around where there was nobody left to play defense. Yeah, that's a tough one with the short field, giving it up right there, and then Ashland scoring a touchdown so quickly.
Good deception by the Clockers, as they certainly had the defense fooled, and the defense seemed to be unaware that O'Brien still had the ball, and he was able to bounce off tackle, take it outside, and put up 6, and now they're trying to put up a 2-point conversion. They will indeed. Ozalumba is into the end zone, and the Ashland Clockers now lead it 14-6.
Yeah, that really unfortunate turn of events there with the punt, with the punter getting the ball on the low snap on the ground. That's really tough, giving the Clockers the ball with such a short field. That's you think it's going to come back to haunt you. It haunted them right away.
So that drive lasted a total of 1 minute and 40 seconds. They started at the Hiller 30 due to the mishap on the punt. And Devin O'Brien caps it off with a 17-yard touchdown run.
Now the Hillers are kind of play from behind, which is unfortunate. And they haven't really been able to do that very well this year. So they got to answer right now, or else it could start to get away from them.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to let the Clockers get any more momentum. And a couple TVL updates to tell you about at the end of the first quarter. Medfield leading Dover Sherborne 8-0. And the title games today are Holliston and Westwood. Holliston has already clinched a piece of the TVL title. If they win today, they will have the full title and not have to share. If Westwood wins, Westwood will also get a piece of the title, as the Hillers' return is up to around the 40. I believe that was Evan Gronemeyer on the return there.
So the good news is they keep starting with pretty decent field position, and hopefully they can keep that rolling from here, right from the 40. They were able to turn that into points in the first drive, and let's see if they can keep it rolling here again.
Hillers working right to left across your screen here in this second quarter. 10:03 left to go in the half.
Yeah, the rain is coming down even heavier now.
Yeah, it's going to be raining all throughout this game, according to the weather reports. Buentello out of the gun. He's going to keep it. Up the middle he goes, and he finds some good room there as he takes it to about the 46, 47. And they're going to mark him at the 47, a pickup of several yards.
Yeah, nice 7-yard gain there, right behind the right guard and the right tackle.
And that's the kinds of runs we were seeing on that first drive for the Hillers.
Right.
And that's the kinds of runs they are
They're
certainly looking for.
And the ones they're going to need.
And I don't think you're going to see, especially with this rain continuing to pick up, I don't think you're going to see much of the passing game at all. It's going to be all about who can run the football better and who can stop the run.
Right. We've only seen one pass by either team so far.
A keeper here, Buentello fighting his way at the middle. And I think the Hillers, knowing what the conditions were going to be, that could be the reason that Buentello started the game here today.
Right.
He's more of that running quarterback. So they get a couple yards there.
Right, yeah, that's why they're using Rivard, I think, as the wide receiver. But unfortunately, if he stays as the wide receiver, he's not going to see the ball very much.
Well, Rivard coming into the game now. Buentello's still out there, but Rivard looks like he's leading the pack, so they're going to put him in the quarterback
he's
spot.
In the quarterback spot. Buentello's going to split wide left here. Little job share situation out there as quarterback.
Rivard out of the gun, takes the snap, looks up the middle, connects with Buentello, and that's a first down for the Hillers as he hauls it in and takes it up to around the 45.
Right over the middle. Nice pass. And I think where we've seen their passing and their running when they go east to west takes too long to develop, and the defenses are ready for them. I'd like to see stuff a little bit over the middle more, like even the short passes like that. That was great. But it's going to be tough with it on a day like today with that heavy, wet, slick ball.
It was about a 10-yard pickup for the Hillers. Ball marked at the 46. And they are working in Ashland territory. Rivard still out there as the quarterback, lined up out of the gun with a back to his right. Takes the snap, and he's going to air it out up the left side, and it is dropped by Buentello. It was a beauty of a rainbow pass. Great defensive coverage.
Yeah, defender was right there. A little bit of hand fighting. Kind of a 50-50 ball, but Buentello had a great chance at it.
That was Robbie Rudisil on coverage for the Clockers.
Unfortunately, Buentello, tough catch for him if he was going to make it, but he gave him a good chance at it.
He certainly did, and Buentello has that long reach and certainly has the ups, and he's the kind of receiver you could just rainbow it up there and say, go get it.
Right.
But that time, Rudisil was ready for it. Rivard out there once again. Out of the gun with a back to his right, play action, going to take it himself, trying to find some room up the middle, and it looks like maybe he got a yard or two before being taken down by Kevin Ozalumba along with Mark Mermelstein.
They're going to mark him at the 45, so that's a gain of 1 there.
So that brings up 3rd and 9 for the Hillers. And Rivard, it looks like he's going to stay in the game for now. He's over at the sideline getting word from the coach. Buentello still out there as well.
Yeah, I do like them playing with both those guys out on the field.
Absolutely.
And Buentello is going to be split wide left here toward us.
The more confusion you can create, the better it is. Out of the gun, takes the snap. Up the middle, connects. It's Pedroli, and Pedroli fights his way to the 35. That's a Hiller first down.
Great play right there. More of a crossing route with a little slant to it. So he's actually getting yards as he's running, and he picks up And then, a little bit of yard after the catch there, and then even a couple yards after contact, which is really important because I think he got hit before the sticks, and then he was able to turn it into a first down after a couple of yards after first contact.
A 10-yard pickup on the reception for Pedroli, and the Hillers are in business.
Yeah, and they really, right after we made our comment about keeping the ball on the ground, they've really opened it up and made us look like fools.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Rivard out of the gun once again with a back to his left, motion left to right, takes the snap, looking up the left side, throws to the left side, and it's bobbled and dropped by his intended target, Liam Grady.
Yeah, a little high. Grady went up to get it, got a couple hands on it, was able, not fumbled it away, but kind of mishandled it, and off it went. But it's not the end of the world. I think they only would have picked up maybe a yard on that play, so not a devastating incompletion right there.
Yeah, and that was good defensive coverage too for the Clockers.
Right, he was right on him, and it wouldn't have gotten much yards after that.
And that's one thing this Clockers team is especially known for is their secondary. They have done very well this season. Under center is Rivard. He'll hand it off. Up the middle this time is Evan Fitzpatrick. And he gets a couple there, but that will bring up third down for the Hillers.
Third and long here, 3rd and 7. It's going to be big chunky yards here to pick up, unfortunately. Let's hope they can grab it.
So you have to imagine they're probably going to try a pass play here. And, that's a great thing about Rivard. And one thing he's really started to excel at this season is those short little passes that pick up just what you need.
Right. Yeah, you need your receivers to know where the sticks are. And Rivard can get the ball to him quickly.
They're going to line up out of the eye this time. Rivard under center, 2 receivers to the left side. Takes the snap, throws the screen. Quintello hauls it in, working his way up the sideline. Brought out of bounds at around the 27-26. It is likely going to be short of a first down, and the official standing on the 27, so that is going to be a pickup of 6.
So we're going to get 4th and 3 here.
About 3-yard line, 3 yards.
But a nice play there, nice pickup of yards. Unfortunately, didn't get the first down, but I think we're in, 4-down territory here.
Yeah, they are keeping the offense out there, and you got nothing to lose. You're in Ashland territory, and not too much harm if you end up having a turnover on downs, so they will indeed go for it. Out of the eye once again, takes the snap, hands it off. A run up the middle, Buentello fighting his way forward. He might have it, and he will have enough.
Yeah, great hard run there for Buentello, and the offensive line really is what made that happen. Good push by the offensive line. They were able to blow the Clocker defensive line right off the ball. So by the time Buentello even got a hand on him, he was already moving forward into behind the line of scrimmage.
That ends up being a pickup of 4 yards, ball marked at the 23, and a fresh set of downs for the Hopkinton Hillers.
And now they got Buentello lined up as the halfback.
Rivard back to pass, going to air it out up the right side. It's incomplete. Yeah, I thought there was a little pass interference there, but no flag.
No flag. I think they could have called it either way and let it go.
Liam Grady, the intended target. And, it might have been a case where they were both kind of tagging each other as well. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 23. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left to go in this first half.
Yeah, the clock is really ticking down fast. I mean, I know the Hillers are starting to open it up by throwing it, but the first 3/4 of what we've seen so far has all been on the ground, so the clock has really been just ticking away.
And we're going to have a timeout here called by the Hopkinton Hillers. And this timeout is brought to you by our new program on HCAM, TVL Sportsnet. We get you up to date with all 12 of the great TVL programs on TVL Sportsnet. Be on the lookout for our next episode. We just had our final episode of the fall season, showing some championship action for some TVL teams. You can check that out at our YouTube page at youtube.com/HCamTV. Well, Wally, action-packed first half so far, 14-6 Clockers lead, but this is the kind of game you want to see, a game where both teams are fighting, both teams are making plays.
Yeah, both teams are moving the ball. And the Hillers are on the move right now, which is nice, after that disastrous last drive they had where they kind of misplayed the punting situation into a touchdown for the Clockers. It's nice to see the Hillers come right out and moving the ball again and into enemy territory here, getting close to the red zone.
Another Medfield-Dover-Sherborne update. Medfield leading 16-0 in the second quarter. Wintello out of the gun, takes the snap. He's going to hit it off. Pedroli going to test out the left side, and he will find a little room on the end around.
Yeah, so he gets around the end, hurdles a player, and doesn't quite get it to near the first down, but nice pickup of yards there. And it's going to be third.
They're going to mark him for 4.
So 3rd and 5 here to go.
Actually, yeah, they're going to mark him. They moved it up a yard to the 28, or the 18 rather. So they're going to mark him for 5. So that will bring up 3rd and 5 for the Hillers.
3rd and 5. Clock running under 4 minutes.
And it looks like Buentello is now lined up as the quarterback.
And he's going to Rivard split wide with 2 running backs beside him by Buentello.
Buentello out of the gun with a back to either side. He will hand it off. It's Pedroli, and Pedroli's dragged down after a very minimal gain, if anything.
Yeah, they tried to run with the slot receiver in motion, stops halfway across the line as an extra blocker, and they were kind of trying to run behind the slot receiver there. But there was really nothing to do there. All the defense was waiting for him.
So no gain there. That brings up 4th and 5 for the Hillers. So they'll need to open up the playbook here to keep this drive going.
4th down and 5 for the Hillers.
As Buentello coming back out to the huddle. Into the game for the Hillers, Evan Fitzpatrick.
Now this is a big play here, one the Hillers really need to have.
Clock continuing to tick down, 2 minutes, 40 seconds, and counting.
And we got a timeout, Hillers.
Yeah, Hillers want to talk this over, and when you're this deep in Ashland territory, there's no doubt you got to go for it.
Right. They're kind of too long, like we always say, too far for a field goal and way too short to punt.
Bellingham and Norton, they are tied up late in the first quarter. That game still scoreless.
It was a loaded TVL team in the year 2000. Ashland only had 2 wins.
And we'll try to see if we can get you a Holliston update, as that is the TVL large title game. They're battling Westwood over in Holliston.
All right,
We are ready for a crucial play here this first half.
Yeah, they come up. Buentello's going to be in the shotgun. Rivard split wide right.
Buentello's going to line up with Butkus to his right. Takes the snap, and he's going to reverse it to Pedroli. Pedroli up the near side, has all kinds of room. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hillers. An 18-yard touchdown run for Nick Pedroli on the reverse.
The Hillers really took their time calling that play. They had trouble at the line getting it straight. They called the timeout. They got themselves together. They got back out, and then they ran the perfect play. A nice end around, a reverse play going, Buentello going to his right, and Pedroli coming left, flips the ball to him, and he runs all the way around with nobody in front of him, all the way to the end zone. Now the Hillers probably should go for 2 here.
That will make it a 14-12 game, and it does look like they will indeed go for 2. And what a great drive that was for the Hillers.
Yeah, big one. They really needed that.
That ate up about 7.5 minutes of clock. Buentello back to pass, under pressure, rolls to his right, and connects.
Got it.
Hauling it in, Evan Fitzpatrick, and we are knotted up at 14 apiece.
Wow, what a great answer for kind of a misplay before that gave the Clockers a touchdown, and the Hillers come out and drive all the way down the field and score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion of their own to tie it. a big statement drive right there for the Hillers.
It certainly is. And as I said earlier, throw the records out the window.
Right.
Those don't matter. What matters is this game right here, right now. And that's the Hillers' mentality as they are battling hard, and they have retied this game at 14 apiece. That drive lasted 7 minutes, 25 seconds. Hillers march 60 yards. The result, 18-yard touchdown by Nick Pajoli. And the Hillers are set to kick it away. John Winslow set to send it away. And he will chip this one up the right side. A pretty nice kick there. Return is from about the 16, and here they come up the far side. It's going to be a good return all the way to about midfield.
Yeah, big run back there all the way to the 50. He had some good blocking along the sideline there, even though it looked like from here, a lot of players, not a lot of room, but he had just the right guys beside him, keeping the Hillers away from him.
Well, that is huge for the Clockers, considering they only have 2 minutes, 19 seconds to work with before the end of the half. So that's the kind of starting field position you want on this drive.
Yeah, the Hillers defense really has to come up big here if they want to go into the half with any kind of a tie or a lead.
Out of the flex bone they go once again, and it is going to
There
be
he
a
goes.
good run and a big run. Amaral up the far side, and he gets a huge chunk of yardage there. He got close to the 20. We'll see where they mark him. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 25.
Yeah, so a 25-yard pickup. That's a big run on that play. Like we said, Hillers really needed to stop that, and they gave up a big chunk, unfortunately. And we've got a timeout on the field, probably just to move the chains because the clock stopped at 2:10. Oh, he did run out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's the other great thing there. You take it out of bounds and stop the clock. And now fighting his way up the right side is Ozalumba, and he's brought down at around the 15. Looks like they'll put him at the 16.
9-yard gain for Ozalumba on that one.
Nice 9-yard pickup there. And the Clockers, they are marching fast and furious on this drive.
Yeah, and they found what works for them. They haven't changed their formation for a single play here. They run all of their running plays out of the same formation, which is hard to defend.
They go out of flex bone once again. It's a pitch to the right back, Amaral. Amaral trying to fight his way through the pile, and he is brought down, but has enough to move the chains.
They've got Kuwan Amaral with the carry now.
And we've got a timeout, Hillers.
Ashland.
And it looks like they're...
Oh, Ashland, sorry. Ashland timeout.
So they marked the Clockers at the 13-yard line there. Ended up being a 3-yard pickup. They'll take a timeout, talk things over. 1:22 left to go. Still a world of time for the Clockers the way this drive's going, Wally.
Yeah, they do have plenty of time, and they really have a lot of momentum here also. Hillers really have to stop them here. This is, you're looking at first down from the 13. They can still get a first down without getting a touchdown, so they got plenty of opportunities to get the ball in the end zone. The only enemy they're going to have is the clock.
A TVL update, Bellingham leading Norton 7-0 late in the first quarter. That game for the TVL small title. Clockers are ready to continue on. They'll go out of the flex bone once again. O'Brien lined up under center with a slot back to either side. He goes to the right back. It's Amaral fighting his way forward, and he gets to about the 5 before he is taken down.
Yeah, they're really running effectively.
We'll bring up a second down.
So
in that tight
is,
formation, they're really running effectively now, right up the middle.
They certainly are. A pickup of 8 yards there.
And it doesn't matter if O'Brien keeps it or if he's flipping it to one of his running backs. They all follow the same pattern.
And they could actually get another first down before they get it in the end zone. The first down marker right around the 1.
Clock's at 45 seconds right now.
O'Brien going to take
keep
this
it.
himself, and up the middle he goes. He gets into the end zone, but there's a flag.
We got offsides on the Hillers. Lined up in the neutral zone.
Well, let's see. We didn't get the call yet.
I saw the linesman giving the offsides call or neutral zone infraction.
All right. You are correct.
Encroachment on the defense.
So that play, you can essentially just erase that play, and they're going to put him half the distance to the goal.
And an
So it
automatic
looks like
first
right
down.
around the 2.
And it's going to be first and goal from about the 2 or 1.
So short yardage needed here. Let's see if they can get it. Amaral fighting his way up the middle. Looks like
Nope, he's
he was
short.
stopped short.
Short of the goal line.
And the clock's going to stop here at 24 seconds. We got a timeout, Ashland.
Timeout.
And they're lucky to still have a timeout in their pocket. I think they're counting on getting in there, but
Right.
a great job by the Hiller defense. And pretty much if you're able to stop them on this next play, unless they I believe actually they have one more timeout after this. So they will be able to stop the clock once again. So you're going to need to stuff them at the goal line a couple times here.
And John Stickney, while the Clockers were led by Jeff DeLuca, Mike Perry, and Chris Henderson.
I got a feeling Ashland's going to come out and try to run this. So Ashland's ready. They're out of their timeout. Hiller's here. They're going to come out. Defense, like I said, I have a feeling Ashland's going to run this.
Another local update: Framingham leading Natick 14-7 late in the first half. Back up to the line go the Clockers. Second and goal from about the 2. 24 seconds left to go. They're trying up the middle, and he is still fighting his way forward. Did he get in? It looks like he did, and it's a touchdown for the Ashland Clockers. A 2-yard run for Devin O'Brien, and he has his second rushing touchdown of the Thanksgiving Day game.
Is he of the morning? Usually it's the evening.
That's right. I almost said evening, too.
So now we're.
So that
Looks like the scoreboard is incorrect. We've got the Hillers up 20-14. It's really Ashland is up 20-14 here, pending the point after, or the 2-point conversion try.
So they are attempting to. Neither team has had much success with the kicking game, so this might be the theme throughout the rest of the day. It's going to be a pitch to Amaral, and he is going to get in for the 2-point conversion.
That will bring the score.
That puts the Clockers up by 8.
Hillers 14, 16 seconds to go in the half.
So pending anything crazy, Hillers are going to win to the halftime down by 8, but it's been a lot worse we've seen this year so far. So it's nice to be seeing a close game, and the Hillers are right in it. They're just one drive away from tying this up.
Thanksgiving Classic. All past players, please join us on the field for a picture.
So that drive lasted a total of 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
And that big 25-yard run. First the run back to
Yep.
the 50, and then the first play, the 25-yard run, really set them up well to score in such a short amount of time.
It certainly did, and in the mix there, you had a couple of huge runs out of that flexbone formation, including that 25-yard run by Kayun Amaral.
Now, unfortunately for the Hillers here, Clockers have just scored, and then they're going to come out in the second half and get the ball right back to start the second half.
Pedroli returns it from the 30, and he is still fighting his way forward, brought down at around the 37-38. The Hillers only have 9 seconds to work with, so we'll see if they try a big play here. Or will they just take a knee and head into the locker room? Either way, certainly understandable.
Right. And like I said, it's unfortunate that the Hillers are going to come out and have to play defense
Right.
and give the ball right back to the Hillers to start the second half. So that was a tough drive to defend, and then they're going to come right back out in the second half and try to defend it again.
Well, it looks like they're going to line it up out of the eye. So perhaps they'll try running the ball here, see if they could break off for a big one. Nope, they'll just take a knee, and that's going to do it for the half. So at the halftime break, it is the Ashland Clockers 22, the Hopkinton Hillers 14. But Wally, we very much got ourselves a good game here.
Yes, a lot of positives here especially for the Hillers that we have not seen all year. They're really making a lot of positive plays, everything on the ground until they're kind of their last drive there. But everything's going well for them. The only difference in the game here really is the unfortunate punt play that the Hillers had where the punter was down, giving Ashland that real short field, and they were able to punch it in for a touchdown. So other than that, it's been pretty much a tie ball game. So Hillers really can feel good about themselves coming out in the second half and hopefully stay in this game.
Absolutely. Well, we got another half of excitement coming up for you. We'll see what changes the Hillers are able to make defensively to be more effective at stopping this Clockers running game. It should be interesting. We got ourselves a good one here on the 100th Thanksgiving Day Classic, and we thank you all for watching at home. We hope you're enjoying this game as well as the broadcast, and we are going to step aside at the half. It's the Ashland Clockers 22, the Hopkinton Hillers 14. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Thanksgiving Day football on HCAM. Hello, folks. Just want to inform everybody about what's happening at midfield right now. They have anyone who is in attendance at this game who has played in this historic Hopkinton and Ashland rivalry going out to midfield to take a group picture. So all alumni of Hopkinton or Ashland heading out there to midfield. They'll take a big group picture, and you'll be able to watch the festivities from the comfort of your own home and see some of the great alumni of this historic Hopkinton and Ashland rivalry. We are at the halftime break. Ashland leading 22-14. And there is your look at some of the alumni of this 101-year-old Thanksgiving Day rivalry of the Hopkinton Hillers and the Ashland Clockers.
All right, thank you for your patience. We are ready to go.
We coming back for that gold, just in case you ain't know. We gon' be like thieves in the night, the way we steal the show.
Show me what you got right now.
Gotta laugh, so I'm living in the moment. Spread love, think of souls that are broken. Paint a picture with my words like a poet. Living in and out, not aware if you know this. You only live it as is. When you live it to live, then you really live. Man, like what you give, just go with the wind. Then walk through the mist, then you get what you is. You know what it is.
Tin Hillers and Ashland Clockers are both back out, and we are just about ready for the second half. And Wally, it was really a good back and forth first half. Yeah, the Hillers start off with a score. Ashland responded a little bit later to tie things up, and then the Clockers would go ahead 12-6 and convert with the 2-point conversion to make it 14-6. Hillers respond and get a 2-point conversion of their own, tied up at 14, and then the Clockers ended up going up just before the halftime break, 22-14. Ashland will receive the second half kickoff, but some good back and forth action here.
Yeah, it really has been, and I'm excited for the second half. Hillers have really been able to move the ball well. I think we were talking during halftime. They've got 94 yards on the ground for the first half, and that's a high total for them for this year. If they can keep that going and keep the Clockers out of the end zone on this drive, then they're still in this ball game.
Tom Nappy alongside Wally Hannaberry on the call for the 100th Thanksgiving Day Classic. It's a 101-year-old rivalry, but the 100th Thanksgiving Day Classic game. And as far as offense in the first half, as John Winslow is set to kick it away, the Hillers on the ground had 94 yards, 34 yards through the air, 128 yards of total offense. The Clockers, 134 total yards of offense, all on the ground. So very even yardage.
Right, very evenly spaced between the two teams.
As the kickoff sails back to the 10, a good return here by Kevin Ozalumba as he takes it to around the 25-26. And that is where this Ashland Clockers offense will start their first drive of the second half.
If not for a good open field tackle there by Evan Fitzpatrick, that would have been an even bigger run back.
Evan Fitzpatrick with the tackle.
So that's pretty good. They're going to start at the 28. So that's probably their worst starting field position, which is hopefully a good sign for the Hillers for the second half.
Well, Wally, one thing the Hillers are going to have to watch out for, Kayun Amaral, he's having a good day. 57 yards rushing on 7 attempts, and he has certainly shown that he has some wheels. And here's Ozalumba, another threat this game. He has 34 yards rushing coming into the half, and he gets a couple.
Well, 4 more there. Yeah, he's going to pick up about 4 yards there. And it's going to now they're at like a 2nd and 6 here.
So that brings up second down. We have a whole lot of updates to tell you about. Other TVL games going on. At the half, Norton leading Bellingham in the TVL small title game 14-7. Norwood leading Dedham 21-6. More updates in just a moment. As they are out of the flex bone once again, it's going to be a run up the middle, and he finds a little bit of room for a couple. There is a flag.
We do have a flag on the play here.
It looks like he got to about the 33-34. We'll see what the flag's about, however. This could be coming back.
Could be either that or a face mask. From where the flag came from, I would think maybe possibly a face mask on Hopkinton. Let's hope that's not the case.
You know, Ozalumba on that last carry, and it is indeed a face mask. Good call, Wally.
Well, that's what I get paid to do here.
That's right. That's why we brought you in. So that'll push Ashland up 5 more yards.
Yeah, just an incidental face mask just for the 5-yarder.
A new set of downs for the Clockers. Here's a shocker. Westwood leading Holliston 18-0 late in the second quarter.
That is a shocker right there.
Certainly is. So Westwood having a great day. Also having a great day is Ozalumba, and he finds some room up the middle, and he has a first down.
Yeah, he gets around the end for an 11-yard pickup and another first down.
It's a 12-yard pickup there. And that's the third straight run by Kevin Ozalumba. Other local updates, Needham leading Wellesley 6-0. They're towards the half. Medfield leading Dover Sherborne at the half 22-0. More after this. It's going to be a pitch. Ozalumba once again, and he gets a couple this time. Brought down by Evan Gronemeyer.
Yeah, like about 3 yards there, 2.5.
It looks like they will give him.
2nd down and 7.
They're going to mark it at the 48, so a couple yards there. That brings up second down and a long 7. Medway leading Millis at the half, 14-7. And Natick leading Framingham, 21-7.
Oh, that's a comeback. I thought Framingham was winning it earlier.
Out of the flex bone once again. This time it is Amaral, and he is testing the middle, trying to fight his way forward. Doesn't get much. Good stop by the Hiller defense. Looks like they'll give him a yard.
Pickup of about 1, 3rd down and 6.
Yes, this is a big third down play here for the Hiller defense. 3rd and long.
This is huge. I mean, if you could get the ball back, that would be big.
Yeah, you don't want to give up any points on this drive at all. So the earlier you can get Ashland off the field, the better. Like here you have a chance of forcing a punt where 30 more yards, they'll be going for it on 4th down.
And up the middle goes Ozalumba, and the Hiller defense clamps down and doesn't let him get much. And it looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
So a stop for no gain there.
So we'll see what Ashland elects to do here on a 4th and long.
I mean, they are in Hiller territory, but not by much. So it'll be certainly an interesting call if they go for it. 4th and 7 from the 47. It looks like they're keeping the offense out there.
For it, yeah.
Offense is staying on the field. 4th down and 6.
They do have Amaral standing back, so we'll see if it's a quick punt away or if they're actually going to go for it here.
This is the first time we've
They're going to
seen
go for it.
a
Here we
different
go.
formation.
And it's going to be a run up the near side. Finding room is Ozalumba. Ozalumba to the 20, to the 10, and he's brought out of bounds. What a big first down there for the Clockers.
There is a flag on the play here on the near sideline around the 25-yard line. And that could be a hold on the sprint around.
This could be coming back. And it looks like it is. They're marching back. And we're being told by the booth official here that it's holding against Ashland. I like that call if it is.
Yeah.
And it is indeed. Bring it back.
That's the first play we've seen from Ashland today out of a formation other than that war formation that they usually use.
All right, so they will get some of the yardage, so it doesn't erase the entirety of the run, but it brings Clockers back to the 35, so it ends up being a 12-yard pickup and a first down.
Yeah, 10 yards from the point of the foul. But it was interesting to see like a new formation out of Ashland, and really in a dire spot for them.
Yeah, and it worked quite well. They did accomplish their goal of extending this drive, and this time it looks like they're going to switch it up here as well. It looks like a wildcat formation. They got Ozalumba back as the quarterback. He's going to take it, and he's going to find some room along the far side, and he is close to the first down. Got about 7 or 8 there.
Yeah, they had 4 guys in motion, moved from the left side of the line to the right side, got set again, so there's no illegal motion, and snap it to the halfback who runs and follows the heavy blocking to the right side.
An 8-yard pickup for Ozalumba. And the Clockers continuing to find ways to get through this Hiller defense. Out of the gun is Amaral, and he's going to take it right up the middle. He'll have a first down as he's brought down right around the 25.
That's going to be a first down for Ashland. Little confusion on that play where the man in motion kind of bumped into the quarterback after the snap, but it didn't hurt their results at all.
3-yard pickup there, ball marked at the 24. And that does indeed move the chains. 6:52 and counting left to go in this third quarter. You got Amaral lined up as the quarterback once again.
Yeah, not really another spread formation here with receivers spread wide left. Now motion back into a tighter formation.
And now O'Brien is at the left back, and Amaral going to hand it off to Ozalumba, and Ozalumba is going to take it close to the 15. That's going to be close to a first down.
An 8 or 9-yard pickup there.
They'll give them about 8 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 2. So the Clockers, they seem to be confusing this Hiller defense, and it's paying off.
Right, they've come out of that formation, which they have used so effectively, the War Eagle formation or Turtle formation that they've used, and now they're splitting things up wide, giving the Hillers another look.
O'Brien going to take this himself up the middle, and he gets a couple. May have enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it.
He is signaling a first down.
Yep, he will indeed. They're going to mark it at the 13.
13, sorry.
So the Clockers, running a lot of these nickel and dime plays up the field, but they're getting just what they need to keep this drive rolling.
They're doing just what any team needs in a situation like this.
It's over a 6-minute drive already.
Right, they're getting their yards, they're getting close to the goal line, and they're eating up the clock.
Offset eye this time. He's going to pitch it back. It's Ozalumba, and Ozalumba is going to be brought down right around the 10.
They tried to go right up behind the left tackle. And, the Hillers really defended that well with their defensive line.
Jacob Desolate's in on the stop, and they're going to put him at the 11.
So a gain of about 2.
That brings up 2nd and 8 for the Clockers. And this drive, this is the kind of drive, though, where you're really taking a lot of momentum, especially if you're able to find the end zone because you burn so much time off the clock.
Now we've got Ben Atherton behind center.
Offset eye once again. He's going to pass, and it's complete over to O'Brien, and O'Brien got to around the 5 before he was brought down. There is a flag on the play.
That is probably a horse collar tackle. I think that's the first pass play by Ashland all day.
Yep. And I think that was about, the 4th quarterback we've seen.
Right. And he came on in a nice, pristine uniform, too.
That's going to be half the
Horse
distance
collar,
to
half the distance to the goal.
and a first down.
They're going to be on about the 2-yard line, first and goal from the 2.
So the Clockers keeping it going. They have a fresh set of downs. And it is 1st and goal from about the 2. Run up the middle there, and the Hiller defense clamps down. A good stop. It looks like Desolates led the way.
The Hiller defense overpowered the whole offensive line by the Ashland, just pushed them all back. That was like a group pancake right there.
So no gain there, maybe a yard.
Now we got 2nd and goal from about the 1.5.
And we'll see if the Hiller defense can continue clamping down. I have to tell you, the Hiller goal line defense hasn't been bad this year. They've made some big stops. And it's going to be a pitch this time. And unfortunately, they won't make a stop here, as getting in is Kayun Amaral, the senior. Gets the 2-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that's something that the Hillers can't afford, is to give up the 2 touchdowns in a row without really getting the ball back. So it was a tie game, and then really with only getting a kneel down in between, the Ashland Clockers have scored 2 touchdowns in a row to double up the score on Hopkinton right now.
And that drive took a whole lot of time off the clock.
Yeah,
8 minutes and 33 seconds to be exact.
Right, they've had the ball the whole second half so far, right to the 3:29 mark.
The Clockers march 72 yards, and the result, a 2-yard touchdown by Kayun Amaral. And now they're going to attempt the 2-point conversion.
Double pitch.
And a double pitch here, and the Hiller defense will stop it. So the score will remain 28-14.
So they are still down. Good news is only 2 scores. So they're going to need to turn around here and do something of their own on offense, and then the defense is going to have to stop Ashland at some point.
The Hillers were led by Tim Holtzman.
Well, we'll see if the Hiller offense could pick up where they left off and string together another touchdown drive. Clockers leading it 28-14, 3:23 left to go.
Now I'm going to assume here the Clockers are going to kick off a fairly short kickoff like they have the rest of the game, and the Hillers are going to start off with fairly decent field position, somewhere between the 30 and 45-yard line of their own. And that would be kind of on the bright side, kind of what we were hoping where they'll start.
Absolutely, and the rain continuing to fall here, but certainly not stopping these two offenses from putting up some points.
No, it's not stopping the fans either.
Absolutely. And a nice little halftime show with the Hopkinton and Ashland cheerleaders doing a nice routine. And here
nice
is a
move.
good return for the Hillers. Evan Gronemeyer takes it past the 40, and the Hillers are going to have some very good field position to start this drive.
Yeah, right there, right near when he got like kind of close in traffic, he was able to put a nice juke on a clocker and really made him miss. A really nice move there by Gronemeyer to get the extra yards on that run back. And they're going to start here on the 43-yard line. So it is very decent field position for the Hillers.
Ended up being about a 23-yard return. And here comes the Hiller offense, led by Josh Wintello. He's lined up out of the gun with a back to his right. Pedroli in motion, play action up the middle, and he will take it for a couple. We'll probably mark him right around the 45. And that'll make it 2nd and 8 for the Hillers.
Yeah, straight right quarterback draw right at the middle gets about 2 yards.
Well, I think deception has been the key for these two offenses, switching things up constantly, switching up the personalities out there, switching up the formations, and it's really like a game of chess here, Wally.
Right, it always is. And
here's a run
deception
here.
is a huge part of football.
And a good defensive stop that time for the Clockers. Buentello tries to take it to the left side. Ozalumba in on the stop.
Yeah, they really need to get some yards here. This is tough when you get 1 and 2 yards of play, and now you're looking at a real 3rd and long. You're looking at like a 3rd and 7. It says, but it looks more like a long 3rd and 7.
Back to the line they go. Buentello with the back to his right. He's going to take it himself up the near side across midfield, and a nice pickup there. That should be a first down.
That is going to be a first down. Great hard run by Buentello there. He was looking to throw. It was kind of an option, maybe a run-throw option. He gets to the edge. He had the ball in his hand like he was going to throw, and then he saw all the open real estate in front of him, and he put his head down, and he took it all the way across the line to gain for the first down.
Ends up being an 8-yard pickup as he gets to the Clockers' 46.
Just what the Hillers needed right there.
Absolutely.
The rain just keeps getting a little bit harder and a little bit harder as the game's going on.
Out of the gun they're going to go this time. Buentello with a back to his right. 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap, and he's going to take it himself, and he will take it for a couple to about the 44-43.
Yeah, he was running with the running back with the ball in the running back's stomach for a few yards before he pulled it back and tried to head upfield.
Perhaps you want to see who had more open space to work with.
Right.
That'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Hillers, and Rivard is in the game now. And
with the play,
yep.
he could be
Buentello's on the sideline.
So he's going to be the quarterback here.
Rivard will lead the way, at least for now. He's going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left. And he is going to hand it off to Pedroli. Pedroli fighting his way forward, and he is brought down after he got to around the 40.
Yeah, they're going to give him a good little bit of forward progress there to the 41 maybe.
It's about a 3-yard pickup there for Pedroli. That brings up 3rd and about 5 to go. So the Hillers will need a nice play here to
We've got a timeout.
extend this drive, and they're going to talk things over. And actually, that's going to be the end of the quarter. Quick moving 3rd quarter.
Really was.
Well,
Even though we
Ashland
said it.
ate up the majority of it with that 8-minute and 33-second touchdown drive.
Right, even though we were just talking how there was only 3 minutes to go in the quarter, it still came to kind of surprise us with how quickly it came.
Absolutely.
Because Stone Park could not be cleared in time. It was rescheduled a second time.
Well, we'll
to
see
Saturday, December 7th.
if the Hillers are able to finish off this drive. Of course, they'll have to finish off this drive and try to get the ball back quickly.
Yeah, at some point, obviously. The Hiller defense is going to have to stop Ashland and get the ball back without giving up any points. But either way, really be nice to see the Hillers come away with some points.
Well, I'll tell you, Wally, you're getting your money's worth at this game today. It's
Right.
been a great game.
It has been.
We are ready to continue on. We have switched sides, and we're ready for the fourth quarter. Hillers working right to left across your screen. Botello going to line it up out of the gun. Pedroli is the back to his left. Trips receivers to his left. Trips bunch formation. Botello takes the snap. He's going to throw to the right
he's
side, and it's caught. And that's going to be a first down. And he lost his footing a little bit, but Liam Grady able to stay with it and corral it in.
Yeah, he was wide open. He found a nice open spot on the flat over there, and Botello was able to put it right on him.
He got to about the 28, a 13-yard pickup. Fresh set of downs for the Hillers.
Same formation with the three bunch receivers on the left.
Wintello takes the snap, and he is going to take it himself up the middle, and he fought his way ahead for a couple. Well, Wally, on that last play, that was just great deception. You got a trips bunch formation on the left side. You throw to the weak side, and it caught the defense off guard there.
Yeah, that's because they had so much room on the right side with the ball set on the left hash mark. The bunch formation on the left really crowded the field on this side, but left the right side of the field wide open for anyone to go in and find an open spot. And, nice pass by Botello to not miss it.
And the Hillers have done well at converting on these third and fourth down situations. And that rain looks even heavier.
I know. It's really, really bad.
Wintello going to take it himself up the middle, has some room, fighting his way forward, has a first down and more. As he is brought down inside the 15, they'll mark him at the 13, a 13-yard pickup.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Really, the deception on that play was really the suspense. He took the ball, faked the handoff, and then let it sit for a second in his belly, and it just let the field open up a little bit, and then he was able to find his crease and took it up for the first down.
Back out to the huddle goes Buentello. The Hillers eating up some good clock with this drive as well, as it has lasted over 5 minutes.
We're down to 10 minutes to go here in the fourth.
Botello going to line it up out of the gun, back to his left. Pedroli in motion from left to right. Takes the snap, and he'll go play action. Going to take it himself. In the backfield, he is dragged down for a small loss by Nick Boomer.
Yeah, a rare loss of yard play for the Hillers today.
Yeah, we haven't seen many negative plays.
No, only maybe that might be the third. And that really tells you a lot about how the Hillers are playing today.
That is the second negative play for the Hillers.
Nice. Yeah, that tells you they're really playing hard and playing well today so far. The offense is kind of clicking.
They certainly are, but they are facing a long yardage situation here. Ball is marked at the 16-yard line, second down, 13 to go. Rivard is in as quarterback. Rivard going to line it up out of the pistol. He'll take the snap, throws to his right. It's batted away. Good defense there. Intended target was Liam Grady. A nice job by Hugo Rossi batting that one away.
Yeah, Rossi kind of saw that coming the whole way, and he was waiting for it. That was dangerous. I thought Rossi might even get a hand on it and take it the rest of the way.
Pulled a Dikembe Mutombo there.
Yeah.
Not in my house.
Finger wagging.
Clock stopped at 8:56 left to go. And obviously, if you're the Hillers, it's certainly fourth down territory.
Right. You're definitely right about that.
An empty back set for Rivard this time. Two receivers spread out to either side. Takes the snap. Looks upfield, throws up the middle. It's incomplete. Intended target was Pedroli.
just out
Good
in front
job
of him
by
a
the
little bit.
official getting out of the way there.
Yeah, the referee took a dive after that ball, but couldn't come up with it.
That'll bring up 4th down and 13 to go
Real
for the
long,
Hillers.
4th and real long here.
Well, the Hillers going to need a big play here, so you'd imagine they're going to try another pass.
And they've got Rivard and Buntello in there. This might be one of those plays where they one of those plays they've been waiting all year to spring on somebody at this point, but we'll see.
Crucial play here for the Hillers.
Rivard split way wide right, and Buntello in the backfield.
Buntello out of the gun, takes the snap, looks upfield, throws to his left. It's caught. Fighting his way up the near side is Butkus, and he is going to be close.
Yeah, that was a nice blocking on the screen play. Little bubble screen to Butkus and good blocking in front of him. And then after the contact, he pushed ahead for a few more yards. Oh, and it's
He's
not
gonna
going to be
just
enough.
Short. Yeah, it looks like they were going to mark him at the 5, which would have been 8 yards. So they fall a little bit short, and the Clockers get the turnover on downs.
Now this is where the Hiller defense has to really come up big. You either need a turnover or you need to not let them get a first down at all here. Even one first down in this spot right here will be a tough blow to the Hillers after that long drive. That you need the ball right back.
The good news is the Clockers are starting very deep in Hiller territory, but you're right, they certainly need to try to get that ball back quickly as they are down by 14, 8 minutes, 41 seconds left to go. Flexbone formation once again for the Clockers. And it looks like they want to talk things over. They're going to call a timeout.
That is a timeout on Ashland. That is their first timeout of the half.
Well, it's too bad. The Hillers had a great drive going, and, you know, they were able to drive 52 yards, but just couldn't finish.
Yeah, and you come up short on 4th down, on 4th and long, 4th and 12 or 13, and you come up just a yard or two short at the 5-yard line. That's a tough one.
Standouts for the Hillers included Brian.
But if the defense can come out, get the ball back quickly, perhaps you have good field position and you can put up a quick score.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
One thing the Hillers are going to have to do, though, obviously, is they're going to need bigger plays. They're going to have to go more to the passing game. You can't, run for a little patches of yards here this late.
You're running out of time at this point.
We are ready to continue on. The Clockers, they're going to try to eat up as much clock as possible and hold on to that 14-point lead.
If they do what they've been doing, they can pretty much eat up the whole clock by the time they get to the other goal line. And that would be kind of heartbreaking.
They're going to line it up out of the flex bone, and it's going to be a handoff and a big gain here. Getting some room is Ozalumba.
That's a real tough one right there for the Hillers. And, the defense, you kind of think has to be a little tired out there, fighting the running plays every play of the game, and they're just going to keep pushing them on you.
He was able to fight his way to the 15, a 10-yard pickup, and that is just what Ashland wanted there. And they will put quarterback under center once again. It's Ozalumba fighting his way up the near side, and he is going to get several yards on that run.
Yeah, he's going to get about 8 or 9 yards there. That's going to be fairly close to the first down, but I don't think he's going to get it. Oh, we've got a hold on Ashland.
So hold everything. This could be coming back quite a bit.
Well, I'm hearing personal foul on
Oh, it's going to be against the
Hopkinson.
Hillers.
Ooh,
That hurts.
very difficult.
That's what you got to avoid.
Turn of events right there.
Yes. So that is going to hurt the Hillers a little bit there, as Ashland will move all the way up to the 44. And One thing you can't do right now, you're still in this game. You can't let your emotions get to you.
No, they are still in this game. Every tick of the clock, though, is a tough one to take. But every yard and every tick is going to hurt.
Back up to the line they go. They'll take their time here. Lined up as the quarterback. That is Ben Atherton. And back to pass. He connects, and it's hauled in by Amaral. And Amaral takes it to about the 46-47. That'll be a pickup of about 3 yards there.
Yeah, nice a little bubble screen, just like the one we kind of saw in the fourth down play by the Hillers. Catches it, but only rumbles for about 3 yards.
And those have worked nicely for Ashland, those little screen passes. So Ben Atherton was the quarterback for that last play. The junior, he's back out there. It looks like he's going to be the quarterback once again. And he is going to line it up under center, I formation in the backfield. He's going to hand it off, and finding some room is Amaral. He has a first down and quite a bit more as he's brought out of bounds in Hiller territory at around the 35.
Yeah, big run all the way to the 35. The Hiller defense really has the wind taken out of it right now. I think they're just wilting under the pressure of Ashland leaning on them all day and forcing that running game down.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think this defense has got to be getting tired. They've been out there quite a bit. That last Ashland drive to start off the half was over 8 minutes.
And it's so much harder on a defense to play against the run than the pass. So it's been against the pass the whole day. I mean, the run. So it's been really, really tough on them.
That was an 18-yard pickup for the Clockers. Up the middle on the keeper is O'Brien, and he is pushing the pile forward. And then brought down with a hard tackle by Ryan Morin. He will have a few yards with the forward progress.
Yeah, they're going to give him 4 yards there. They're really just marching down the field, and this is going to put the game out of reach. Now that there's only 5.5 minutes to go. Oh, we've got a flag on Hopkinton.
It looks like maybe something on both teams.
Oh, okay. We're going to have offsetting unsportsmanlike.
All right, keep your cool out there, fellas. Obviously, both teams want this game bad. Great rivalry, and the 100th anniversary of the Thanksgiving Day Classic. But you got to keep your cool, Wally.
Right, that's a life lesson for you, right?
Absolutely.
When things are going against you, you got to keep your cool.
Back out there they go. They're going to line it up out of the flex bone once again with it up back, and it's going to be Ozalumba, and he will have another first down for the Clockers.
Yeah, another Ben Atherton back for quarterback for Ashland. I think Ashland's just rotating in quarterbacks with dry hands.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. They mark him at the 26, 5-yard pickup on that last run.
So 3rd and 1. So they really are kind of eating up the clock and the ground right here in the real estate.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly the goal for Ashland. You see they're taking their time between snaps, eating up as much clock as possible to try to put this game away.
And another touchdown will definitely do that.
Absolutely. Here we go, out of the flex bone once again, or the war package, a couple yards. And that is going to move the chains once again. And that was O'Brien on the keeper.
So now we're looking at 1st and 10, 4.5 minutes to go.
Ball marked at around the 22. How about a couple updates?
All right, we'll take them.
Norwood leading Dedham at the half, 21-6. And we'll see if we can get some more for you momentarily. It's going to be a handoff to the upback, Ozalumba, who I would say is a candidate for player of the game. He's had quite a day.
Yeah, lot of yards on the ground.
And be sure to stick around after the game. We'll have the trophy presentation of the annual Hopkinton Ashland Thanksgiving Day Classic. Nice trophy. We'll go home with the winner. And I believe there'll also be a player of the game announced as well. They're going to go out of the I this time. Lined up as the quarterback is Ben Atherton. Ozalumba, the up back. He gets the call. Fighting his way up the middle, and he has been a menace to bring down for the Hillers as he takes it to around the 10.
That's going to be a first down.
And he gets several yards there. They mark him at the 9. Well, in the first half, Ozalumba only had 34 yards, has added a whole lot more yardage to that in this second half.
And we got a timeout, Hopkinton.
Timeout by the Hillers.
That's their first timeout.
All right, well, let's see how good you are. If you had a guess, how many yards has Ozalumba rushed for in the second half?
The booth official claims 200.
I'm going to guess he would say the total. In the first half, he had 34. In the second half, 81.
I was going to say 80.
I should have let you guess.
close.
I'm sorry. So in total, 115 rushing yards.
And the bulk of
For
it in
the
the second
junior.
half, only in 2 drives.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much doing all the work out there in the second half.
Kevin Ozalumba putting on a show.
3 years ago, in 2021,
And some great facts being presented by the PA announcer about this historic rivalry. As we are ready to continue on late in this fourth quarter, Clockers have done their job on this drive and ate up a whole lot of clock as O'Brien going to take it up the middle. And he is going to get inside the 5.
ball looks like it's going to be spotted around the 1 yard line.
They'll put him at the 1 and 8-yard pickup for O'Brien.
So we're looking at second and goal here from the 1 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. That does not leave the Hillers with much time to get 3 scores.
Nope. Ashland just having their way on this drive. And they are looking to capture their 41st victory in the historic Thanksgiving Day rivalry. Now they got, that is Nolan Soderberg, I believe, lined up as quarterback, run up the middle. And did he get into the end zone? Yes, he did. That is a touchdown flag after the play. I don't believe that will affect the touchdown.
Now that's going to be some unsportsmanlike penalties after the play.
And that was a keeper to get into the end zone by Soderberg. So 2-yard touchdown.
Touchdown is good.
For the senior, Nolan Soderberg.
Personal foul on the Hillers. Player's been ejected.
And that's too bad. You don't want to see that type of stuff here.
Yeah, number 21, Danny Boulis, has been ejected.
Well, that's unfortunate for the Hillers, certainly. Motion's running high, of course, on the Thanksgiving Day Classic. So the Clockers now take a 20-point lead. They're going to go for 2 here. O'Brien going to line up out of the pistol, and they snapped it, but no one moved. Are they taking a knee? All right, they just took the intentional no-good 2-point conversion. They don't need it. So they're not even going to risk, some contact there, getting anybody hurt. They'll just take the touchdown, and they have a 20-point lead at 2:07.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 7 seconds to go. And 3 touchdown lead.
So that
20-point lead, yeah.
That drive did the job for Ashland. It lasted 6 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah,
They started all the way at the Hillers 5.
Yeah, they took the ball from the 5, and they pretty much effectively put the game away with that drive.
A 95-yard drive with the result being a 2-yard Nolan Soderberg touchdown. And the Hillers offense will try to work quickly, and then, you know, if they score, they'll try an onside kick and see what they could do. But things looking very good for the Clockers, as this is going to sail past the reach of Buentello all the way to the goal line, or the 1, and it's going to be returned to about the 9 or 10 by Sean Brown. And the Hillers not only find themselves down by 20, but they will be working from deep in their own territory.
Yeah, they're down by 20, only 2 minutes to go, and they get the ball in the worst field position they've had the whole game. And they've got about 90 yards to go just to get a score here. Unfortunately, the game really got put away.
Well, now you just have some fun. You throw the ball around, see what you could do.
Yep, kitchen sink time of the game.
That's right. Buentello back out to the huddle.
2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. We'll see if they use any timeouts at all.
Another Thanksgiving Day update. Westboro leading Algonquin 20-8. 5 minutes, 26 seconds left in the third. Motion from left to right. Buentello takes the snap, and he will throw up the left side, and it's dropped by his intended target, Nick Pedroli. Conditions playing a factor there.
Right, yeah, really well-designed play and really pretty well run, but then Pedroli lost his footing there at the end, and the pass was there, wet, heavy ball, maybe a little short, and his feet came out from under him in the wet turf, and they weren't able to complete the pass.
Needham leading Wellesley 20-6 in Thanksgiving Day action. And Bellingham leading Norton in the TVL small title game 20-7. Canton leading Stoughton 20-0. Buentello out of the gun with a back to his right, takes the snap, and he's going to roll to his right, throws upfield, incomplete. Good defensive coverage along the sideline. Intended target, Evan Fitzpatrick, on coverage. I would say most likely going to end up being the player of the game, Kevin Ozalumba.
Yeah, he really has come on strong in the second half.
Hudson is leading their game 33-0 against Marlboro. St. John Prep leading Severian 13-6. That was the halftime score.
So here we go, 1 minute and 50 to go, 3rd and 10.
Buentello going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his right is Fitzpatrick, and he's going to try to take it himself up the sideline, finds a little room there.
Picks up about 5 yards there. So now you're looking at 4th and 5, deep in your own zone. Minute and 35 to go, clock's rolling.
A turnover on downs here will just allow the Clockers to kneel this one out. We'll see if the Hillers can convert and keep this game going. Buentello is going to be out of the gun once again. Fitzpatrick to his left, takes the snap. He's going to take it himself, coming to the near sideline. And it looks like he might have gotten it. It's close.
They're giving it to him, giving him a first down. Yeah, good blocking out in front of him. He had the one blocker in front of him, and he made the one block he needed to make to get the first down.
6-yard pickup there for Buentello, and the Hillers have a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, the clock's still ticking, under a minute to go now.
Buentello takes the snap, going to take it himself up the middle, and he gets a couple. And Hillers at this point just, playing it out for pride.
Buentello getting up really slowly out of that play.
That might have been the last snap of the game. We'll see if they snap it again. They could just let the clock run out. Looks like they might one more time.
There are 25 seconds to go here.
Quintello out of the gun. It's a high snap. And he is just going to pick it up and try to run forward. He does find a little space, but brought down for a big loss. And that is how this game is going to end.
Yeah, they're only their third or fourth loss yardage play of the game. And there's a flag.
Boy.
We've got a little bit of a fight out there.
Tension's running a little high. And
We've got a couple of players from Ashland going to be ejected.
that's, you don't like to see that type of stuff.
Penalties on the field with 8 seconds to go.
Well, good effort by the Hillers in this one, but it's going to be the Clockers coming away with it as we're getting the unsportsmanlike conduct call.
We're going to get a 15-yarder, and then there's 8 seconds to go, so one more snap of the game.
Another TVL update. Medway leading Millis 35-14 through 3 quarters. Natick leading Framingham 29-7.
And here we go, 8 seconds to go. The
There-
clock comes down to 0.
That's going to
and
do
that's
it. So the Ashland Clockers victorious over the Hopkinton Hillers 34-14. Hillers fall to 2-9. Ashland will end their season 6-5. And right now we're going to set it down to field level for the trophy presentation in just a second. But Wally, it's been fun watching this team all year, and we certainly watch this team grow and get better as the season has gone on, and certainly some big hope going forward for this Hiller football program.
Right, really not the season that they were hoping for when it began. They did have a lot of difficulties, but we did see a lot of improvement, a lot of growth in some of these guys. They are a young team. I think they do show a lot of promise for next year. Players coming up like Quintello. It's tough to lose a quarterback like Julian Rivard as a senior, but it's good to see you've got Quintello coming up right behind him, so you're not going to lose anything on that. But not the season they were hoping for, but it's the season that we got, and it was a pleasure to work with you on this year, Tom.
Absolutely a pleasure to work with you as well, and thank you everyone for tuning in. And right now we'll set it down to field level for the trophy presentation. But first, I just want to thank all the viewers at home for watching all fall long, and we look forward to the winter season of Hiller sports. And right now, here is the Thanksgiving Day Classic trophy presentation as the trophy is coming out. All right, well, it looks like they're having some audio difficulties out on the field, but right now they are presenting the trophy. And they're going to be a player of the game trophy for each team. And they just handed Evan Fitzpatrick a trophy. So he is the Hiller player of the game. And he's been a fantastic player to watch. Been big in the passing game, huge on the defense, and
Quintello's getting a trophy as well.
certainly well deserved there.
Quintello had a very good game today on the ground and through the air.
So Josh Quintello getting a trophy, and there's Kayun Amaral getting recognized for his tremendous game today.
Offense and defensive players. Fitzpatrick, I think, was the defensive player of the game for the Hillers.
And this looks like the MVP of the game, Kevin Ozalumba. He had a fantastic morning for the Clockers.
He had an amazing second half.
And here's another well-deserved award to Nolan Soderberg. And this is being presented to, looks like the cheerleaders. Another trophy here, and we'll see who this goes to. And this looks like a defensive player of the game, Jacob Desolitz.
Here's the game trophy. Goes to Ashland.
Devin O'Brien has the game trophy, and there it is. The Ashland Clockers get the victory in the 100th Thanksgiving Day meeting with the Hopkinton Hillers, 34-14. Hopkinton still leads the series, but now it's 54, 41, and 5, the record for the Hillers. Ashland capturing their 41st victory on Thanksgiving Day here today. Well, we want to thank everyone out there for watching. For Wally Henneberry, I'm Tom Nappy. We wish each and every one of you a very happy Thanksgiving. We hope your day is excellent and you have some great fun with family, friends, and loved ones. Thanks again for tuning in, and that will wrap it up for our coverage of Hopkinton Hillers Ashland Clockers Thanksgiving Day football. The final score for the final time, Ashland victorious 34-14. From all of us at HCAM, we wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.